All right, guys, welcome and welcome back to the Spin Zone podcast with me, Cake Eater, and also we got Chad and Vile. How are you guys doing today?
I'm tired but good.
Good. Ready for the big trip tomorrow morning.
Oh, absolutely. Vile and I are going on a little go away, getaway kind of day, so it's gonna be a whole
Bay
lot of
venture.
it-
Bay venture. That's
Ooh,
what we're calling it.
I like that. It's gonna be a little
You
bay
trying to get like
venture.
you, Val?
Trying to get like you, bro.
You
There
could
you go.
even say you're going on a trip in your favorite rocket ship, soaring through the skies, little Einsteins.
Well, you got to get past border patrol somehow, Chad. You got to use the tools at your disposal.
There you go. Yeah, those Beyblades are too dangerous for border patrol.
I'm gonna fly around on this beat up Hell's chain. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. We're just fly. Look how beat this thing is. Holy shit!
Like a little saucer. Oh wow,
It's my little beat up saucer.
brother.
Speak about brother. Ladies and gentlemen, we actually have a amazing guest today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Hexangel. How are you doing, man? How are you? How are things?
Good man. Going through the month of doom lately.
It's the month of something because this podcast is gonna be about a lot of things that happened. Was it this past weekend or a couple weekends ago?
I guess it's been the past weekend. That was was it the 23rd? That Skyfall?
Yeah,
That's correct.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago we had had amazing guests, Broke Jew and Fast Times, and now we got another guy from the Carolina scene, Hexangel. But
no, he's from Michigan.
I'm not from Michigan. I was there. That's where I started my Beyblade venture.
Hey,
Where are you now then?
I'm in North Carolina now.
Oh, really?
Sometimes I know things.
Bro. I'm actually, believe it or not, from New Jersey.
Okay, but you stay in North Carolina now.
Yeah. I'm in North Carolina.
Okay. See, I found you your Discord on the Michigan one. So that's where I thought you was from.
Hey, that's where my later heart's from. I'll say that. That's where they started my journey.
Okay, well, Cake, you got me on this one.
Okay. Hey, sometimes I know a little thing about a thing or two. Okay, how you doing? But anyway, Hexangel, what's going on? How are you?
Good. Had a little bit of a detour today. I'm glad I was able to make it on today. It's been good. You know, I'm in good spirits. A lot of the Beyblade community's been kind of lifting me up and helping me out lately. So could be a lot worse, honestly.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about the Beyblade community. We're just so welcoming and helping and everything else like that, which can kind of lead into a little segue. Speaking about helping, Chad.
All right. Speaking about replacing Beyblades that get stolen, if you need to replace your Beyblade get taken at an event, you can probably be sure to visit one of our two sponsors, either Bays and Bricks with code SPINZONE to save 7% off your order. That's SPINZONE at Bays and Bricks for 7% off your order. Or you can visit Mall of Toys and use code SPINZONE podcast for 5% off of your order. One again, SPINZE to save some money off of your orders.
Absolutely. So if you guys go to baysandbricks.com, use code SPINZONE, or go to Mall of Toys and code SPINZONE podcast at checkout. All the love and support for those who have done so already. So, Hexangel, it kind of seems like you guys had a very eventful event a couple weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a whole lot.
Yeah, between all the Chalon shit that went on, and then if you guys haven't heard, there's a thief among us somewhere.
Among us?
Not us four.
It was him. It was.
It was Chad. It was all Chad.
That's true. Actually,
I cannot confirm nor deny this information.
Well, see, ladies and gentlemen.
God.
Oh, hey, yeah. Mystery solved.
No, mystery solved.
All right, yep. Get away from the mystery van and just get your ass in.
Get
So
away from the mystery van.
The mystery van. That no comment. No comment. That's what we're gonna go with there.
okay,
I didn't
fantastic.
say there, Velma. Let's continue with the conversation.
Zoink Scoob. But anyway, so kind of first, let's kind of go ahead and tell people about the event, even though we did an episode about it a couple weeks ago, but now this is a couple weeks post event. So let us know kind of where it all started from day one.
So I was actually judging, so we came pretty early. My old teammates from Team Spin City in Michigan, they drove for I think like 11 hours. They brought a bunch of spin stands, so they were all setting up. I set up a little table, was vending. I brought like 18 Aero Pegasus. This is the only reason it's nailed in my brain is because I was sitting there trying to calculate. Had a bunch of other products, and I put my little station to judge at kind of close by. And this isn't about the actual tournament, but just kind of like the actual situation first. Every time I had someone coming towards the table looking around, if they wanted to buy something, I'd kind of run over, or someone would come get me and tell me like, hey, someone's looking at your stuff. If you want to, they're asking for you. And I made a few sales, and like every time I make a sale, I kind of note it down in my notes, and everything seemed to run smooth. And then at some point, once the tournament started, I want to say around like 12:30 to 1 p.m. because it took a bit with the registration. There was an issue, as you might have heard, and Challenge had like an update, I think. And so every round's like conclusions doubled. So if you lost, you took 2 losses instead of 1, or if you won, vice versa. And it was a bit of a mess, and we had 145 bladers. So we tried to restart the tournament. So I think they like kind of logged what we had and tried to transfer it. I'm not sure exactly how it happened because I was more busy on my table and judging whenever they went through. We ended up restarting, and then it happened again. Like by the time we got to the 3rd round, we were like in the middle of the 3rd round, and it happened again. And like throughout all the chaos, like everything kind of just froze. And I'm like there was a few judges just keeping someone's score. We're like, hey, trying to go report the scores. And they're like, kind of hold it, try to remember it. We're trying to figure it out. And then boom, my wife is like, hey, one of my teammates, he wanted to buy an AP for me. And I told him like, oh yeah, just go pick one and put it away in your bag so then I don't sell it by accident because I didn't know how many I was going to sell. And so he went and did that, but I didn't tell my wife. So my wife was like, hey, someone just kind of like grabbed an AP and put it in their bag. And I'm like, don't worry. That was the homie. She's like, still, like, I think you should just come, like, just look and make sure. And I came and I was counting and I was like, hold on, this pile is looking a little deboned. And I was going through my list over and over again, like, it's not mathing. Like, I know I've been on top of this, and I was missing 5 Red Arrow Pegasus, which is like, the market's been going up. So I think literally that day they were like 150. I don't know what they are today, but they should probably be 150, I think. But
yeah,
I stepped outside, kind of just trying to catch some air and kind of catch my mind. I grabbed all my stuff, put it in the vehicle because I was frustrated. Went out, took a little smoke break, and I think they did like a bag check. So like whoever didn't leave, because people were leaving because of how many times we restarted. And I think by now it was like 6 p.m. And I came back in. There was a police officer kind of just like roaming, and someone was like kind of mentioned what was going on. I talked to him. He told me he was gonna go check the cameras and come back, and he never did. He left me his email. I emailed him. He told me there was no cameras in the actual room we were playing in, but in the doorway, like outside the room, there was one camera, which I happened to be in the field of view of, but he told me that that camera was off, which I thought was very weird. We're in a college campus. I feel like for everyone's safety, there should be cameras on at all times, but he said he sent it to the case to CID, which I'm assuming is like some kind of detectives unit or something. But yeah, I haven't heard anything since. He told me to call the detective this weekend, so I was gonna try and do that. But yeah, I was kind of bummed out. A lot of people left, but you know, we bladers, the real ones, will stick it through, and we ended up making the tournament work with I think 84 people. Um, it was still fun. We all try to enjoy it. You know, we ended up passing the hard cap for the time, so we finished the finals. I think the last three in the parking garage. It was an interesting day, honestly.
Wow.
That was a lot. I'm sorry, guys.
No,
That's all good.
Nah, this is what the whole podcast is
Right.
about.
yeah. So how long were you, like, time-wise, were you in before Challenge decided to take a shit and decided to mess the whole tournament all up? And then again, it wasn't just your event, correct? It was like
No,
globally.
Anime North in Toronto. I knew of an event in Virginia and in Florida that had kind of the same issue. And I think you guys know Dabs. He was telling me about some tournaments he knew as well. I don't know what exactly caused it or if it's fixed. I really hope it is. Honestly, we need a backup. There needs to be a backup bracket system for Beyblade. Backup
Yeah,
bracket
I mean,
system.
something.
I don't disagree. To my understanding, the WBO is looking at all of their options right now as far as bracketing softwares. Problem is that a lot of them have problems, just like Challenge does, and some are actually like worse. But they are still looking around to see what we can do. Also, my understanding is they're also looking into like was mentioned, like some kind of backup, like Excel spreadsheet type of system that you can use when Challenge shits the bed halfway through.
Could we not write it down?
Well, that's so I had an event like the weekend before y'all's where the same shit happened and it wouldn't generate my top cut for me.
Oh no.
And so I just did top cut by hand. Like it
Nice.
was, unfortunately became unranked because I did that, but we kept trying to rebuild the bracket and we've been doing this for like a half hour, 40 minutes. And finally I'm like, bro, like it's like 10:30. We got to get these people out of here. We just got to run it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sure. I mean, it sucks when a tournament gets unranked, but at the same time, like as long as you got to finish, I feel like that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Luckily for me, mine didn't happen till right before Top Cut, so I didn't have the mass exodus that you guys did. So let me ask you a little bit about that actually, because I had heard that a bunch of people left because of all the problems. Now, did you guys wind up having to refund those people their entry fee?
I believe so. I think Broke Jew was in charge of that. I'm pretty sure he refunded it. Because honestly, if I was at a tournament and that went down, I wanted a refund and didn't get one, I don't know. I feel like that many people would have been pretty upset, and it would have been
100%.
like it would have been like a commotion. There wasn't really. I didn't feel like there was a commotion of that. I think when we initially kind of announced like, hey, we're gonna do a smaller tournament and take off the cash prizes, but keep the normal prizes. I think there was two lines, and the other line that might have been like a refund line. Because I know one of them was registration. I was just kind of out of it, honestly.
Okay, but I mean, that makes sense then. It makes sense that you guys kind of restarted with a totally like different format and people who wanted a refund got one. And because like I was about to say like Broke Jew must have took a total fucking bath on if he had to refund like 50 people. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's rough.
Yeah, I seen him at one point, like before they kind of gave up, because I swear they were trying. Everyone was trying their hardest, and I commend them all. Like every time it restarted on them, like they were all working so hard, and I caught him kind of on the side, like he just looked so stressed out, and I was just like, bro, like I want you to know, like you're really doing it, bro. Like Like, there's gonna be hiccups no matter what. Like, this is out of your control. You're doing your best. Just keep your head up, you know. And like, he did a great job. Like, honestly, even if it fell apart, like, you still made something work, and that's what people are gonna look at and think of at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, I
Exactly.
don't.
we actually got Fast Times and Cheyenne up in chat right now saying the same thing. Everyone that asked for a refund did get one, but then I guess there were people still messaging days after the event, still asking for a refund.
So I'm wondering, did they play in the smaller event and then want a refund? Because that'd be silly. But I don't know. I feel like people even that played in the tournament after it, I'm pretty sure we all, like, some people might have gotten partial refunds. I'm not sure. Broke Jew came personally to me to help me out a little bit because he was kind of devastated about me getting robbed, and I feel like that's kind of unrelated to people's refunds because he just really just felt really bad. But it's not his fault. It's not anyone's fault other than the person who did it. I mean, with events growing as they are, I feel like these are just lessons for us to learn. These events are hard to keep organized. It's not easy. It's good to have a big team. Definitely when we're having like 100+ people, or maybe like around just 100, we should probably think of having like some security. I know my next event that I'm doing a big one this month on the 14th. I'm hiring at least 2 people to be security, just because I don't want something that happened to me to happen to anybody ever. That'd be horrible.
That's
I mean,
what's up, though.
I don't blame you. That's what's up. I mean, so I do a little bit of vending, and I'm either I'm at my table or my girl's at my table. My table is never just sitting there unattended because
Right.
it only takes 30 seconds for something to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Not even 30 seconds. It's like less than
well,
that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it could be less. Yeah, like it
And
doesn't take long at all.
I had my whole team from Michigan, my girl, one of my best friends' girls. They were, constantly at the table, or I'm at the table. It must have been like so, like, I don't even know. I don't know if they did it one at a time or they just came and took 5 and just ran out the door. I can't wrap my head around it, especially because of where my table was. Like, they're bold. Whoever did that is so bold. And there was a bunch of people trying to find little listings on Marketplace, Facebook, and people were sending it to me, and then we'd find out, oh no, this was posted a month ago. Or one person I had to apologize because I genuinely felt like it was them, but they had proof of receipts of when they ordered and everything. It was just super coincidental. But
So as of right now, that guy is still at large, correct?
the guy is still at large. There's still 5 APs floating around somewhere.
Which is
Hopefully
absolutely,
aren't already sold. That would suck.
yeah, which is so unfortunate because there's hardly any bad, at least Minnesota scene, or at least from what I've seen and read, that nothing like this ever happens at a Beyblade event.
No,
You
I
you might
mean, you see how many people just have crazy bays that are worth a lot of money. Beyblade is such a tight knit community. Like, that's why in the first place I felt so comfortable to have all my product out. Otherwise, it would have been different. I'm already a musician on the side, so I've been going to shows and I've sold merch and other stuff. And I wouldn't operate the way I operate at a Beyblade tournament anywhere else, just because it has that kind of family vibe. So it's my guard, everyone's guard was down, like, at the same time, I felt safe too, because of how many people I know were kind of conscious of all the things I had as well. Someone must have really been sneaky enough to just pull it off. I wish I could understand how.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you give people an inch, a lot of them will just take a whole mile out of you. They'll see the generosity on your sleeve, and they'll just rip that shit off and then sell it on Marketplace.
Right. I mean, that would be the smartest thing to do, is to sell it off online. and not to anyone like around here or bring it anywhere to sell. I'm like kind of already aware that I'm probably never gonna see those, but just because the community came together, which I could have never, like, honestly, I was feeling so down. I was like, well, this is my luck. I've been through so many random like scenarios in life, and this is the only time in my life where I've something bad like this has happened, and people that I don't know that well have just all been like, we got you, and like helped me so much. Like it's mind blowing, like really.
Yeah, it's like we've been saying, like the Beyblade community is such a tight niche community. Everyone is so awesome. So there's just speculations that someone that stole those Pegasus aren't even part of the Beyblade community. That's
Hmm.
I
at
mean,
least
that
from what I've
could be
heard.
the case, unfortunately.
I mean, that could be that is a good theory. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, because being a college campus, they see like new things in boxes. They're probably thinking, oh, these might be worth something if they're still new in box. Oh, there's no one around. They'll just yank it off the table and, oh, low to find out they're $150+ item. Okay, sweet. I just got 5 of them. Fantastic. I just got $750 right there.
Yeah.
It's just
It was
Listen,
an
whoever
inside
it is
job
that
to
stole
please.
those APs, we will find you, and we will give you a nice little swirly in Niagara Falls when we find you.
a swirly in Niagara Falls. I'm
Tie him
done.
up
I'm done.
to a chair, and everyone rips their hover wyverns and shark scales at his shins for
On
an
Metal
hour.
Needle?
Oh,
Yeah, there
that's
you go.
that. After all this time, we finally found out how to use it. So let's talk a little bit about the community response to this, right? Because my understanding is that the community's been incredibly supportive of you during this situation. I watched your interview with Dabs actually that you had done, I believe, over the weekend,
Yep.
and my understanding is that Broke Jew had set up a GoFundMe to benefit you in this situation. Is that what's been happening?
Yeah. So that I'm pretty sure if we're not already at the goal, we're like right at the very brim of it. What's funny is I actually was just looking at some of because Dabs posted the interview and kind of promoted it on his Instagram. And in the comments of the Instagram, a lot of people were taking the situation in a different light than I could have expected.
What do you mean?
There was some people talking about like, oh, like he deserved it. He's a scalper for having all those red APs. And I didn't pay for those. They were sent to me from a company, Tokyo Spin Vault, as you guys probably heard, and they wanted me to use them for events and vend them, and then I'm supposed to send the profits to them and keep like, I think it's like 8%, which I honestly didn't care about making the bread. It was just more like, this is a good opportunity to grow a scene at a store, grow the scene in the state. If I did a big event, like that's what I've been using it for. And I wish people probably they didn't look into it all the way and just kind of were assuming from the top, but I don't have the money to scalp.
Listen, I was about to say, you said this was Instagram, right?
Yeah, this was on Instagram.
Listen, don't listen to Instagram comments, okay? They can't even go a day without saying the N-word with the hard R. Their opinions don't matter.
True.
Just like
I'm
a Call of
done.
Duty lobby.
I mean, yeah, right.
I mean, it really is.
So
Listen,
here's the.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go
Oh.
because I'm gonna move on to something else. So you finish up.
That's fair. All I was going to say is Instagram comments are like Twitter, but more racist somehow. I don't get how it works. But yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a mess. I mean, I try to clear it up a little bit. I said what I could. I don't like to like argue with anyone back and forth over the internet, but I said my piece in a peaceful way.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's all you can
There
do.
you go.
I mean, it's not, because I'm not as peaceful as Hex is, I'm sure. Here's what a lot of mental midgets don't understand. Okay, there is a difference between scalping and vending. Okay, scalping is when you go on Amazon and order 800 shark scales and then bring them to your locals and sell them for $80 a piece. Okay, that is scalping.
Yeah.
Bringing in product in bulk from overseas and making a profit on it, like Bays and Bricks does, like Bay Warehouse does, like Mall of Toys does, Spin City Imports, Bay Locker, the list goes on and on and on. That is a legitimate business. Not everybody understands how to bring product in bulk over from Japan. Not everyone can buy at that level of bulk because they may not have the money. And when you bring products in from overseas 1 or 2 at a time, it winds up costing sometimes even more than just buying them here because shipping and tariffs.
Yep.
So they're bringing over stuff like red APs, 15, 20 at a time. That is a legitimate business, and you do deserve to earn money on that. And anyone who thinks differently, then they can go fucking buy it directly from Japan and see how much they like doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a whole lot of fun.
They won't.
Yeah, it's not.
They won't like it.
They won't.
They won't like it at
We,
all.
we could have our own podcast dedicated to just that subject alone. Let's be fair.
I'm about to say we already have our own podcast, but then you just finished up that thought.
How do you guys feel about the whole Wizard Rod shark scale ban?
Oh, that we've been seeing over in Asia?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I guess
Finally?
I personally don't think that Wizard Rod and Shark Scale lend themselves to a healthy meta at this point, because I do think deck building at this point in Beyblade is you pick one Beyblade that you actually want to run, and then you run Shark Scale and Wizard Rod. So do I think it's a bad thing? Absolutely not. However, I've had the idea that maybe we should have a format that bans Shark Scale and Wizard Rod long before scalping was the reason I felt that way. Yeah, now, I just think that reinforces that this might be a good idea, because Wizard Rod still isn't crazy over here. You can still sneak into Five Below and find 1 or 2 here and there. But Shark Scale over here, $80 to $100. Cake, not at yours, but I can. Not at yours, but I can.
I've never seen a Shark Scale, a Hasbro one in person ever, not once.
Yeah, but Shark Scale, $80 to $100 right now on eBay. We just had a local player, I believe, $104 after shipping, for just a Hasbro Shark Scale. At this point, if the WBO wants to be proactive and wants to make sure that people continue to play and have fun, maybe banning Shark Scale is the way to go. And Shark Scale, I think, is showing better than Wizard Rod, but I think if you ban Shark Scale, you almost have to ban Wizard Rod, because Shark Scale is really the only Bay that has a great matchup into it. So, I
feel like if we did ban those two, wouldn't we just see the same thing happen with Wolf and Goon?
I mean, maybe, that's very possible. But
yeah. That's the one thing a lot of people don't understand when it comes to metas, when it comes to games. Like, you get rid of the top contenders, there's going to be 3 that are right there to replace it the second it's gone. Like, you take out Wizard Rod, you bring Wolf suddenly becomes more viable. Samurai Caliber becomes more viable. You take out Shark, Phoenix Wing becomes more viable. Meteor Dragoon becomes more viable.
Wayward hates bans. Wayward says no bans.
In my personal opinion, I don't want anything banned, because honestly, it gets boring, like, just running Shark and Rod. Like, you can't tell me, like, you're practicing Beyblade, you're gonna do a tournament, and you're just looking at your Wizard Rod and your Shark, and you're like, do I want to use them again? Like, it gets tiring, man. Like, I want to be creative, and like sometimes limiting yourself, you will find something crazy.
Yeah, I think
that is fair. But the other thing too is that a lot of people always don't understand when it comes to stuff like this is there's always going to be the correct choice of what to run. It doesn't matter what you ban. There's always going to, like in our limited tournaments, we saw a lot of the same stuff popping up because it was just the right option. At the end of the day, unfortunately, if you want to be good at something, you can't be that creative without sacrificing how good your deck is going to run. That's just kind of the name of the game. Is like you either play the meta or you play for fun. It's really hard to find that nice niche middle ground for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think banning shark scale is probably a good idea just for the scalper wise, because if shark scales are banned, who's going to be buying all the shark scales, and then who's going to be eating up
Right.
all
That I
that?
agree.
Put a temporary, like a 5-month ban.
Which
Like
would be
maybe it'll go
wild.
down to 40. Who knows? Bring it down to 20. It'd be nice.
Yeah,
Who's that? Who is Cheyenne Gurney 6502? Is that Burr's
That
YouTube?
is Burr. Yes,
I figured it was Burr. I'm like
he's
that's Burr's
against
gotta
ever making his own socials.
I mean, Burr's a straight G,
So-
though.
be.
He
So
is.
Burr said you can beat every bay with a different play style and combo. And listen, I don't disagree with that. Like he's got a point.
Mhm.
What I do think is that if you look at the meta share, like how well things do under Shark Scale and Wizard Rod, there's quite a fall off to the next tier of stuff. And that tier is quite a bit bigger than just 2 bays. And well, people will say like get good and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's funny, haha, whatever. But I do think in trading card games, they do it all the time. I understand Beyblade is not a trading card game. However, when something becomes too powerful and has too high of a win rate, they eventually remove it because that's what's healthy for the game. And maybe, I know people in Beyblade might not be used to this, but maybe that's something that's worth looking at some point.
I mean,
to
I
try
feel
to
like
make the game
anyone who
healthier.
played Metal Fight, I mean, how many bits and blades and parts were banned? Because they're just overpowered.
A lot.
It makes
A
sense.
lot.
Yeah,
A
so
lot.
History
that-
repeating itself. Maybe it's just time. We bite the bullet. Maybe
yeah, it's very
Rod and
true.
just sit out for a little bit.
Yeah, let the scalper
Yeah,
sit
just-
on
I'll
that.
say that
Yeah, just let the scalper sit on that big amount of money that they dropped, cry about it, and then in 5 to 6 months, when the ban lifts, there'll be some new metas going on, and Shark Scale won't be relevant anymore. And guess what? They're still going to be sitting on that major price that they dropped on sharks.
They're gonna have to
mean,
reduce the price.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying that Wizard Rod and Shark Scale would have to be banned for the eternity of Beyblade. Okay, I'm just saying maybe a 6 month to a year break from them could be healthy, and let's do something else for a little bit.
We're all
You know?
addicts. We all need Wizard Rod rehab at this point. It's getting
Oh
bad.
my God.
Well, that kind of goes into.
And then all the scalpers who did buy the shark scales, they can take them and use them as anal beads because that's as good as their ass is going to get for the next 50 years.
Oh my God, I'm done. I'm done. So let's step up because we could probably debate whether you should ban Shark Scale or Wizard Rod all night. So let's kind of move on to something different. So after all this happened, okay, after you realized that the product had went missing, where were you at mentally? Like, was it rough for you for a while after that?
Yeah, I feel like the main first thoughts that were in my head was just like I couldn't get it off my mind. It's like I really like it just kept playing over my head. It's like I really hope it's not anyone I know. That's all I could think about because
That's a good
it would have
point.
really killed. It would have killed that whole like Beyblade for me for a while at least. Because I don't know. I'm a very if you meet me in person for the first time, I'm always gonna be 1000% myself, and some people are never ready for that, or people love it. And like I feel very, very accepted in the Beyblade community, so I've just been unapologetically myself and been making some really cool friends. So it would have really sucked if it would have came out to be someone I knew. But I feel like one of my teammates, August, he kind of seen I was going through it, and he just kind of told me like, let's go outside for a bit. And then Shatani and Tro, we all just kind of went outside, and they just helped me cool my head off. I was out there probably for like a half hour, and came back in. I felt a lot better. I just had to take a little smoke break and get my mind right. But I don't
Hey,
know.
I get it, man. Having that happen to you is not fun. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are. Being somewhere where you think it's safe and having someone like take advantage of you in such a deplorable way is just that's a gut punch and a half.
Yeah. I
Yeah, it's
couldn't
not-
say that better, literally.
Yeah, it's not like it was something small, like couple.
Oh, I've been there, so I understand it.
Yeah,
No,
it's not
like I wish someone took like my launcher or something. Like damn, like
Yeah, about to say at
like,
least like it wasn't like proto launchers that were getting ripped or like drawn sword or something very small, very not price worthy. But 5 Arrow Pegasus, which and again for the listeners, they are the red ones, not the blue ones.
oh yeah, no, that would have been the blue ones.
The blue
one, I'm pretty sure a militia would have popped out.
Well, if they were the blue ones, the Tokyo Spinball would have had the Yakuza coming after them. Where's our money? Where's our money?
No, they're gonna take a liver or something.
Oh,
let's talk about that a little bit. So before the show, you had told me that Tokyo Spin Vault had become aware of what had happened. How have they been pretty understanding with you and kind of giving you time to get the money together and stuff?
Yeah, I just basically explained that regardless, because at the moment I think when they messaged me initially, the GoFundMe had just started, so I didn't really mention it. They just more asked like what's going on, like we heard about and what did they say? They said a mishap at an event and there's missing Hero Pegasus. And
mishap.
I told them to not worry, that I'm still paying for every one of them or any of the losses, and that the community is actually coming together to help out. But regardless of that, I will have their money. I said by the 5th or the 6th of this month, because I didn't know how long the transfer takes for GoFundMe. I've never ever been part of a GoFundMe, so I'm not knowing. But I think as of last night, because I seen it said the process or that the money was processing, but I assume because it was Sunday, like it has to be like business days or something. So I'm assuming it's gonna take like 2-3 days from now. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna pay them out immediately. And whatever's left, I've been shooting some money. You guys know Wayward, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh
No,
Yeah, so
of course we know Wayward. That's our boy.
Yeah. That's my dog, man. I've been shooting Wayward for some spin stands. I've been trying to bring the spin stands out here to North Carolina because we play tables, and I hate tables with a passion.
Yeah, once you go spin stand, you'll never go back to tabletop or anything else like that.
Never.
So if you guys need a Wayward spin stand, definitely go check out Wayward over on Discord. His name will be down in the description. Phenomenal guy, amazing product. A spin stand is for everyone, and if you are a Beyblader, which you are because you are listening to this podcast, you definitely need a spin stand. So go hit up Wayward over on Discord. Buy yourself a spin stand right now.
No, you guys seriously need that. They're so good. They changed everything for me.
It's 100% real. The spin stands are great. Yeah, absolutely.
When I first moved to Michigan, I took my mattress box and made my own little makeshift horrible spin stand. I've never even seen what his spin stands look like. So it was really just a little box, and I put a stadium on it and kind of like it was horrible. I duct taped it, made it work. And then I seen his spin stand on TikTok. I was like, oh, this is the way.
Yeah, you definitely won't go back to any sort of anyway. Play it on the floor, playing on a picnic table or dining table or anything, because just those spin stands are so foldable, so lightweight, easy to store. So definitely every Beyblader needs a spin stand in their possession. It's like you need a launcher, you need something to carry your bays, and then you also need a spin stand.
Yep.
I agree.
go.
So guys, if you want to spin stand, you can hit up Wayward on Discord. Also, in regards to the GoFundMe that we've been talking about, I did post a link to it. They are very close to their goal right now, so you want to help them cross that line. I went ahead and posted the link in the chat right now. I assume Cake will also post it in the video description once we upload the episode.
Absolutely. So definitely go check out that GoFundMe. Link will be down in the description below as well. Go show some love for this guy. He's amazing. Had a really good tournament, besides a couple hiccups with Challenge, which wasn't his fault, and a couple thieveries among us, which overall not cool. So if you guys want to show some love for more of the Beyblade community, show him some love. Absolutely amazing guy. Link will be down in the description below. Go help him out.
Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely.
Actually,
So,
Hey,
what's up?
Egg kind of puts
we got your back, and when we find the person who stole those Beyblades, we'll hold a national event. It'll be $1 to buy a rhino horn to throw directly at the person. Headshots are $5 worth of prizing. Body shots are $1 worth of prizing.
Okay. Hey, if we're throwing rhino horns at Beyblade thieves, then I got to challenge Micah from Nebraska, who's coming up to the event this Saturday here in Minnesota. I got to challenge Micah. We can have a pitch off and see who can hit someone in the face harder with a rhino horn. Send
I'd
those
love to see
thieves.
it.
We're out the
Like
door.
when
they
you go to
belong.
the arcade and there's the little punching bag, it tells you how hard you hit it.
Yeah. Except we'll have one of those pitch speeds clocks.
Yeah.
So it'll tell us how fast we're hitting people in the face with rhino horns. That'd be fun.
And we'll make sure
God, I'm so excited for this
put in
weekend.
the old medieval stock, if you remember what that is, the little wooden board that clasps around your hands and feet.
Mike is in chat right now. He says I'm down. So we got to find a Beyblade thief before Saturday. We'll put him in like a dunk tank type of thing. Yeah, like that'd be great. That'd be great.
You know, honestly, like if you're watching this and you took the 5-arrow Pegasus, like, and you want to be part of something like that, just DMs are open.
I love it.
Holy
Bro just shows
Oh
up.
my God, I love it.
It was me.
Oh, here you go.
I knew it. It was him.
See, cake's dirty. Cake's dirty. Hey, why you gotta do that to him?
He's not cake eater. He's AP eater. Where's the other 4?
That's a good question.
They're hiding. Hold on.
They went on the cake, obviously.
No.
He had to decorate his cake with AP.
Hold up. I got 3 of them here. Cake drops them off to my place after he grabbed them.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So, and one just ended up on eBay. So there we go.
Oh no,
So
I
for
opened
300.
But all disclosure.
Does that mean we have to change our name from Spin Zone Podcast to Steel Zone Podcast?
Yes.
Done.
But yeah, all disclosure. It was not me.
We'll take your Beyblades and interview about it.
And we'll make a video about it.
There you go.
So Hex. We've talked a lot about the theft, and I think we don't want to dwell on it too much. Obviously, it happened and it sucks, but it seems like the GoFundMe is going well, and it seems like people are chipping in to support you. Well, we have you on here. Let's talk about some other stuff Beyblade related. Let's talk about.
Okay.
Now, you said you started your Beyblade journey in Michigan, but you are now in North Carolina. Is that correct?
Yep.
Do you want to get into that a little bit for us? How did you first come into Beyblade?
So originally, when I first came into Beyblade, was probably as a kid when I still lived in either New York or New Jersey. It was the Vortex Stadium. It was like a gold and red Eldrago with blue and red Pegasus, and I bought it. I had no one to play with because everyone in my school played Bakugan. So it just collected dust for life. And after my son was born, I was like, oh my God, I can finally play Beyblade with someone. I bought like 20 burst bays
On purpose?
And if you've heard of Shatani, he's one of my collective members. We make music together and stuff.
Hey.
And I showed him because he's always talked about Beyblade. I showed him my burst bays, and he was like, "You don't got any X?" I'm like, what's that? And he showed me a bunch of videos and the anime. He's like, actually be going to tournaments about this. And he's like, you should get some and come to a tournament. And I was like, dang, I just spent all this money on the wrong Beyblades. Like, so I bought a few X-Bays, the stadium. And my first tournament was actually one of Burr's first tournaments who I don't know if we really, I like got his contact and we kind of talked after, but that was my first tournament and I was hooked. Then, everyone started making little teams. I asked him if he wanted to be part of a team and he was like, no, I'll only ever be part of Spin City. If there was a team Spin City in America, I would be part of that. And then he was like, why don't we just make one? And I was like, screw it. And we made Team Spin City. Shout out Team Spin City. Shout out Spin City Imports. But, got all our closest friends into it. And ever since, Beyblade has just been changing my life. And prior to this, it was music that was changing my life. But honestly, like I have become so Beyblade focused. I'm over here like I gotta start working on my music again. I can forget about it.
Random question: Do you like Slowpoke, the Pokemon?
Yeah.
Where the hell are you going with this?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure I found your YouTube earlier. I was trying to find the link to the GoFundMe so I could post it in the chat, and I'm pretty sure I found some of your music on YouTube.
Oh gosh.
Is there one that has you with a Slowpoke backpack in it?
Yep. I still had dreads back then.
Yeah. Dead Presidents it's called.
Yep.
Okay. So so I did stumble upon your YouTube channel, I think, for your music.
Yeah. I make a lot of different jobs. I promise. There's one for everyone, and there's also one everyone will hate.
Well, that's just like Beyblades, right? There's a Beyblade for everyone, and there's always everyone hates a Beyblade too. Like that's how that goes.
I think we all can agree that we all hate Rhino Horn, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you guys
someone bought one from me this past weekend, so
one of the first tournaments I ran.
Did they know what they were buying?
Sandy's friend John came with a Rhino Horn on either 180 rubber. It was some crazy build, and it walked everybody, and everyone was just in shambles, in awe and confusion. I've never seen someone run Rhino Horn and win multiple matches back to back, make top cut. It was crazy.
So you moved
I
to the
like Rhino Horn. I can't.
So you moved
on Excel. It was on Excel, not rubber Excel. It was regular Excel. Now I remember. Like what? Okay, I'm sorry. I just remembered that. That was a crazy day.
So you moved from New York to New Jersey area to like Ypsi area then, or whereabouts?
So no, I went from Jersey to North Carolina to Portland, Oregon, back to North Carolina to Oklahoma, back to Portland, back to North Carolina to Michigan, back to North Carolina.
That's crazy. That's a lot of moving. That's too much moving for me.
Yeah, no shit.
I've been through some stuff.
Country road, take me home.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So how long have you been in NC now?
So originally moved in 2017 here, so I was 17 years old, and I've kind of been back and forth from here. I've been the longest in one time was 2 years, and then I kind of like come back every other year.
Oh my God. You have family down there? Is that why?
So I have my mom and my dad here. So originally, both the last 2 times I've come here is because my wife was having a child, and I need grandma. Grandma knows her thing. She helps a lot.
True.
And
absolutely.
I'm having a baby girl in July on the 20th. So we decided it might be a good idea to come back down here and now I was part of Beyblade. I was like, oh, let's see if there's a Beyblade scene in North Carolina. Like, who knows? To my surprise, it's been amazing, and I don't regret it at all. I do miss the Michigan scene so much because honestly, like that was like family, bro. But
So then let me ask you this, because you're in kind of a unique situation. I don't know if there's too many people in Beyblade who can speak on, like, they were in one state scene and now they moved to a different state. What would you say some differences are between the Michigan scene and the North Carolina scene?
number one thing, the first thing you made me think about is Out the Top. Out the Top in Michigan used to be the Michigan 3, then it became the Michigan 2 once like the recent WBO changes a few months ago. And they don't do that here. It's just reshoot. And like I've come to learn that a lot of people don't like it being counted and want it to be a reshoot. And and I've come to kind of understand it why, but like it's not something like to be able to just on command shoot someone's Beyblade out the top, like it's very, very unlikely,
It's so much
more like
cooler.
a random thing. But it has that feel that's like, ooh, like he just like it feels like I'm in an anime, bro. Like you just my Beyblade out the stadium to my feet, or like what? And it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. Like it's going to happen whether you are gonna score it or not. So that's where I kind of don't like when people say it's like a safety issue. Like it's gonna happen regardless if we put points. So Beyblade can be a little dangerous sometimes, but not like detrimental. I don't think anyone's lost a limb or an eyeball. I hope not, but
I think as long as you don't have like 6 or 7-year-old kids hovering their face right over the
like,
opening, it's probably fine.
Like right on
actually,
the shroud. Oh my gosh.
It's actually interesting because out of everyone up here in Minnesota, I probably am involved in the most Beyblades flying out of the arena, like more than other players because of my launch speed. So I actually had someone from WBO ask me at one point, like, do you think you can actually like force that to happen? Is that like a outcome you can like shoot for? And I'm like, no, no, it's not. It's really, really hard to knock someone's bay out, and it really is pretty random. And yes, I think players that launch harder have a more likely time of doing it, but you can't like aim for it. I can't be like, oh, there's Hexangel's bay. I know where he's going to launch. Let me just launch it right out of the arena. Like that doesn't work like that, Like, so I actually had a question about this question just pop up in my feed here. Burr wanted me to ask you about the difference in judges. Now I feel like this might be a loaded question trying to put you on the spot, but I'm going to give it to you and you do with it what you want.
He wants me to talk about the differences. Look, so I'll say the judging in Michigan I don't want to say strict, but it has a very, very like official feeling. Like especially like if we're in finals, like like for example, Burr in particular is an amazing judge. Like I could say he is one of the best judges in America, if not the best. He has like if you'll have him judge your match, an official match, if you're in Top Cut playing for first place, like I swear he will put you on a field where you feel like everything is completely unbiased, everything is super fair, and it just feels really fresh and professional. I'm not gonna say that the judging here in North Carolina is bad. When I first got here, it was just kind of a little different. It felt a little looser, but I also feel like it has improved a grand bit, especially at Skyfall. I was very impressed with how locked in every judge was. We even had judges coming out from out of state, and I was a little worried about that just because different states might have different rules, or we don't really know how amazing judges these people are, but everyone did so good. And honestly, like There's no shade. I know Bird just wants me to say Michigan has the best judges and he's the best judge. But, honestly, like that, it is something like I feel like we should all be inspired of. Like when we see like a good judge, his call is so specific that I swear my cadence for when I'm judging is like now taking after his, because I feel like his cadence is so good.
Which is
And
what?
Goes. That's me mimicking him exactly though, but that's the cadence. But it just helps. It helps a lot, honestly.
The guys
Oh,
the guys are having a good time with this in the chat.
I
Burr's
bet they
going
are.
ha 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 ha. Thank you. And then Fast Times goes, damn, I'm just chopped liver over here now.
No,
And
look. Fast Times is an amazing judge. Look, this is he put me in this freaking chair.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it was a loaded question. That's why I said do with it what you will, because I felt like Burr was trying to get a very specific response out of you.
I know what he wanted. Look, and it's so funny Fast Times is there because I can even attest that Burr says Fast Times is one of the best judges. Him and Juber are one of the best judges in NC. And I agree full-heartedly. They are great judges. But there is a lot of great judges here. Omega is a great judge. I'm having Omega be head judge for the 14th. I don't know who Bobby was prior, but Bobby seems to really know his shit. He was head judge at Skyfall.
Okay.
So I know he was putting in work.
Well, it's good that you said that, because Fast Times had said he was going to change his name to Sad Times, but now after you shouted him out just now, maybe he's Happy Times again.
I hope he's Happy Times.
Happy Times.
Look at these
Ted.
judges.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm judging now.
So let's ask this. So you've talked a little bit about the out the top difference. You've talked a little bit about the some differences in judging. And I mean, we even have differences here between how, like, I'm a little bit more lax judge than, like, say, Wayward is. Wayward is quite a bit more stringent than me. So there's going to be variances between communities and even variances within communities. But as it pertains to the community itself, is North Carolina, like, are they just a little more easygoing than Michigan, or are they more hardcore than Michigan? Like what's the vibe of the two different communities? Like, is there a difference, or is it all kind of the same to you?
From the way I see the North Carolina community, it feels like it was already pretty established when I got here, but it was like you could tell it's been developing and growing so much. The Michigan scene, I came right at the pinnacle. Like they're on go mode. They're just keep trying to level up in every way. I feel like North Carolina is heading in that direction. But they're always going to be a little different, but I'm really excited for that. I'm actually now, thankfully, thanks to the owner Colin, I'm a little bit more involved with the NCBC. I just created a new logo for them. I'm helping run the social media and the marketing for the actual Instagram page, and I'm going to try to have, whenever people are throwing events, I want to try to like co-sign it, collaborative posts, and promote everything. I just want to advocate and try to help grow the scene. I want Beyblade to grow in all communities. Like, I don't want to make it feel like this community's better. I want all communities to kind of be able to pitch into each other and help grow each other.
Okay. Now, what about let's ask about something that's like pretty objective. What about the WBO's presence in Michigan versus North Carolina? Does the WBO have a big presence in either or neither, or
I would say
one or the other?
It's surprisingly not there in Michigan. All the events that I was doing were ranked, but not on WBO. But you know how you can do like the challenge communities? There was an MBL, as the Michigan Beyblade League. So I never did WBO events in Michigan, not once until I moved to here, where everything is on WBO ranked. So there was MBL judges and MBL hosts, and recently, because I started throwing some events, they then started to implement, our host should also be verified on WBO, but none of the hosts would even host on WBO, so it kind of felt like kind of a waste of time. But at the same time, I feel like those certifications are important in certain ways for some bladers to feel good. I mean, if you know how to host, you know how to host, in my opinion. But there's like no WBO presence in Michigan, in my opinion. In North Carolina, it is completely, we are the dogs of the military for the WBO.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Kate, do you have some questions you want to ask, or do the viewers have some?
Let's see about the viewers. No, people are just, like you said, having a good time up in chat.
I'm gonna go to a judges meeting and they're gonna hang me at a stake.
Hanging you at a stake is crazy.
Yeah, so
Damn,
if you
Burr has some thoughts on the WBO, I think.
So if anyone up in chat has any sort of questions about North Carolina scene or about Hexangel himself, definitely put it up and we will go ahead and ask him. I guess we do got a question for you, Vile, because there is a cat right behind you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, whoa! He's got mittens.
What about my cat?
Here, here, there, them.
What about my cat? Cake?
Oh, just wants to know the cat's name.
Steelix, like the Pokemon.
Oh, that's fire. That's so fire. My cat's name is Rachi, and it's short for Jirachi.
That sounds right. I knew immediately when you said Rachi what you were talking about.
Yeah, you feel me? He just acts more like Rachi.
That's Steelix.
So Burr has asked a question. What is your favorite Beyblade of all time? And if you got like one of X, one of Burst, since you played a little bit, one of Metal Fight or whatever. Or what's your go-to combination right now?
My goat of all time, and I can't switch, is Cobalt Dragoon 560 Elevate. That's just my goat. And I feel like so many people play it in different ways, because you can play it in different ways depending on the Elevate you have. Because if you have the teal Elevate, I feel like you can be a lot more aggressive because you're a lot more burst resistance thanks to the mold. But I play my Dragoon very aggressively. So I'm going more for a pocket over a spin finish with him. And he's just my goat. He's my goat. I'd rather use Cobalt over Rod all day.
I mean, it's fair.
All right, so I've got a question that's popped up here in my feed. I think Burr is really trying to get you in trouble today. Burr wants to know what is the best.
The Discord saying, "Remember to be PR." Like, he trying to slip me up.
PR twin.
Oh my god! So Burr wants to know what is the best event you've ever went to.
Oh my god! Well, Red Line Rumble. Look, Red Line Rumble. There was nothing like it. But I went to one big event prior. I think it was just 89, which kind of seems less crazy now. We were playing for $1,000 in Chicago. It was one of Phantom Blur's events. It was a good event. It was my second event ever. I ran Hell's Hammer, Night Mail, and beat Tyranno, and I was second in Swiss, and I think I placed 10th overall. But Redline Rumble was one of the best events. It felt shaky at first, but after the second round, it flew like water. I was 6-0 until my interview with Dabs, where I said we could all self-extreme. and I proceeded to self-extreme every game after, and right until the finals against Mr. Wacko Carnival. We had a great match, and I'm so pissed because we were tied set to set, tied in points, and I shot myself directly into the 3, and that was the end of it.
Good job, Dabs.
Good job. No, it was my fault. I shouldn't have said that.
But if
I
he
mean-
didn't
I
interview
mean-
you, good job, Dabs.
I mean,
All your
hey,
fault, Dabs.
Wacko took third, so I mean, if you're gonna lose to somebody, at least you lost to somebody who
No.
went real far, you know.
And it was really cool to watch him in the finals too. Then like I was glad. I hate losing to someone in top cut and then them losing next round. Like, no, you better take the freaking goal. I swear.
Yeah. So
All right. So Wayward wants to know launcher or string. He says he already knows the answer. I'm not sure if he's trying to get you in trouble.
String all day, string forever, string.
Okay.
You are
it's
So here's where we're gonna follow up. We're gonna follow up here.
Preference for me.
Why string?
I can't use winder. I don't know what it is. I've tried all kinds of grips. I've tried the long grips, the little 3D printed hand grips, or just holding the actual winder, but not the hand I rip with, but my arm that holds the launcher. Every time I rip with any bit of force, I like throw my shoulder out, and it was getting to a point where I was like not able to like play good at all because I was just in pain. And someone brought up the idea of string because I'm not really pulling my arm that same way. I'm kind of throwing the string, and it took a bit to get used to, but the little Bay Pass shows me the RPM. Like I was hitting way higher RPMs. I was getting my tech down way more, and it just felt more consistent for me. So for me, it was like completely like just that was what worked for me. Like I know there's a lot
totally
of
makes
benefits.
sense.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I was winder all the way, but now I'm starting to look into string a little bit. So I get it. I get it. Go ahead, Kay.
Yeah. So speaking of like events, we got some really decent big events coming like these next couple months. Like next month we got Chicago, which is going to be a big baby thing. And then also in August we got Baycon going on. Do you have any sorts of plans or anything of going to either one of both of those?
So I'm actually throwing a Baycon qualifier on the 14th, and that's because Mims hit us all up, or TMS hit us all up after Redline to basically throw qualifiers in Michigan, Minnesota, and North Carolina, and I'm like the last one of the 3, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna be there for Baycon, whether I qualify or not. I have to go. It sounds like the coolest thing ever. That I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Okay, and your qualifiers in North Carolina, correct?
Yep.
Okay. I was forwarded a poster from the Indiana Baycon qualifier the other day, and the commentary on the aesthetic of the banner has been very negative. So I'm glad that's not your banner.
Oh really? Oh no.
Oh,
See,
no.
look, I do a lot of graphic works. I got 15 years of Photoshop. I try to tell everyone I will help you. I don't mind throwing a few freebies to people, and if it's about helping the community, if you want me to be a constant help, you could definitely commission me. But when it comes to growing and throwing some events, I have no problem helping out. I really don't. Because some of these flyers, let's not use AI, guys. Please.
Oh, this is almost worse. It looks like a 90s TV ad for like a PlayStation. It just not well put together, not good. I mean, maybe you should reach out to the organizer and give them a hand. They could probably use it.
I might.
So we have all sorts of questions in here. All sorts of questions. The YouTube is blowing up with questions. So let's start here. Have you played any limited?
I've played like no meta and CX only. I don't know if those count as limited, but
they're close enough. What's your favorite limited combo? Is someone's question.
So I really like Shelter Drake on 960 point, but I'm always stuck with using 960 level on Sword Drawn.
Okay. I mean, those are both definitely limited. So I mean, that's definitely a good answer. That's definitely a good answer. And then we got Fast Times wants to know if you're in a best of 3 and it's tied 1 match to 1 match, and the current score of the third match, the deciding match, is 3-3. What bay are you going with out of a reshuffle?
Oh my gosh!
And let's just say out of your deck right now. So the 3
Out of my deck right now.
Yeah, the
I'll
3
grab my
bays.
deck box.
Yeah, the 3 bays you have in your deck right now, because obviously that's your deck you have. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna go.
Oh, he's gonna go. Look, he's gonna go grab his deck. Look at this,
dude. What a straight G.
I'm grabbing it right now.
Just making him go on a wild adventure through the house. Come on now.
Hey, I gotta make a guy grab his deck.
Only
Okay.
on the Spin Zone podcast.
Oh,
all right. Shout out Cobra.
Hold on, dude. First off, that deck box is pretty fire.
So this is always a problem for me. Look, this is just look at me. Look at me. Look what I'm doing right here. I am the problem right now. It's either gonna be Shark 170 taper or Goon on 560 elevate.
Oh, you got the white Goon.
Yeah, I had to upgrade. I had to put a little Chow. I got Diablo Nemesis on here. I did just start using Drawn Strike. I have yet to test him out in a tournament. I've been really liking 150 Rubber Excel. I kind of almost want to replace Shark with that. So I was thinking of doing that next tournament. But yeah, so I can't advocate for that. But honestly, I'm going with Goon. I always kind of fold and go with Goon.
Okay, I've got some more questions lined up for you. But first, I have a question for Chad. Chad, what are you playing on your Steam Deck right now?
What are you talking about?
I just saw the Steam Deck. Chad, don't lie to me like that.
I was on Pokemon Crystal when this started, so I feel Chad. He's just like me for.
Oh my god.
Let's
see.
I'll be completely honest with you. I had something downloading in the background, so I was just checking to see how that download was going, because it's taking a fucking long ass time. But it's going to be worth it because it's a Radiant Dawn from the GameCube.
That's
no way. A Man of Culture.
I love my Fire Emblem thing.
I just jailbroke my Wii. I've been enjoying all the GameCube games.
Yeah, jailbreaking the Wii is the way to go. That's what's up. Oh my god, that's what Egg actually asked that in the chat. I even realized I was asking for myself. Egg asked, what game is Chad playing?
Yeah, I thought you saw that, so I thought that's where you were going.
No, I had no idea. I wasn't down there yet. There was some earlier questions.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so here's a question from Burr. What is your favorite song you ever made?
Ooh.
And I got a follow-up question after that, involving that.
And make sure it's a good one, because I'm gonna go listen to it after the stream. And if it's not good, I'll tell you.
So look, this is the thing. I genuinely make so many different genres of music, but the one genre I enjoy making the most would be like alternative rock, just like rock music. I really, really enjoy it. So I'd have to say
A deep thought.
I have a song called Every Day on my album called Happy Sad. Well, it's not called Happy Sad. It's literally just like a happy sad face, just like that. It's 23 tracks, and yeah, Every Day is definitely my favorite song off that. Oh gosh, I broke my camera. There you go.
No, you're good.
In that genre, because I honestly can't just pick one favorite. I can't.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Hey, you have a follow-up question, you said.
Yeah, so I know actually there's there's an artist over in NorCal, I believe, that have a couple Beyblade songs. Do you have any dude, I shit you not. They're actually
Do I have
I'm sure
pretty
they do.
they're actually pretty good. There's two of them at least.
I know some dude not in America who just dropped a song. He's been dropping a bunch of like promotional videos about his song. I actually have a song going with him soon, but I did just make a Beyblade song. I made a little open for Shitani to hop on, and possibly my other teammate August, because there's quite a few musicians on my team. But yeah, I do have some Beyblade songs.
So you do got a couple Beyblades. Are those just on YouTube or are they on Spotify as well?
They are not out. They are like in the works. Like I just finished my part and sent it. I'm waiting for Shitani to hop on. In terms of anything out, I have a few songs I've dropped that I cannot tell you off the top of my head where I've said some Beyblade bars, but those are mostly like my mosh pit music. It's always in the hard rap where I think of some like Beyblade stuff.
Actually, yeah, Wayward just asked the same question. When are we getting a Beyblade song / beat?
Tell Shitani to finish his part.
He should make one called "Save It for the Stadium." That can be the title. Yeah.
Save it for the stadium. Yeah, the main
Featuring
one, I think it's just called "Let It Rip" is the one that we're working on right now.
Save it for the
And
stadium.
it's Slim Energy. It's kind of like a mosh pit song.
Yeah, save it for the stadium, featuring the Spin Zone guys.
Oh my god, I would pay money to see you two on a fucking track. I would pay money.
That sounds like fun. Let's get a bottle of tequila and make it happen.
Okay, no.
He said no.
No,
Which
I
is
don't.
wild, because Jake's favorite activity is karaoke. His favorite thing to do outside
No.
Beyblade is karaoke.
No, don't get me wrong. I would love to be on an album and everything and rap about Beyblades and everything. But this dude said tequila, and I don't fuck with tequila. No, sir.
We
To
could
be fair, I don't either, but probably for a different reason than you. So
Could be.
See, you guys can do that. I'll feature on there, and I'll have the epic bar of "Yo, my name is Nicholas, and this is ridiculous. I got mad gummy money, and it is deliciousness."
oh my god. We're gonna have a Spin Zone podcast musical. A musical episode.
Listen, that is some heat from back during the Vine days. Only real OGs of the Vine era know what I'm referring to.
Oh my god, I'm done.
Oh my god.
You know, I didn't know what Vine was until after TikTok came out. That's how out of touch I am with that
can't
kind
knock
of shit.
the hustle. He really he sought and he conquered right there. He said, "Yeah."
So, Cake, what type of questions you got over there? Anything?
Wayward is saying we are making a song in Chicago.
In Chicago? Oh gosh.
Yeah, so
I mean, my last tour, the last stop was in Chicago, and I stopped on 63rd and my friend's house who didn't have a lock on the front door, and we made a very interesting song.
I like how you noted he didn't have a lock on his front door. That's the wildest part of that for
when
me.
we walked up to his door, he's just like, any of you have a key? I'm like, huh? Like, to your door? Like, are you good? And he's like, no, like, any key will work on my door. I'm like, oh no.
Boy, any key
Use
will
the
work.
car keys. And it worked. I was like, okay.
Oh my
Well, remind me not to store my Beyblades at that friend of yours house. That's probably not a good idea.
No, this is a horrible place to bring your Beyblades to.
That's wild.
So probably after this tournament and everything, is there any sorts of talk about any other big event coming, at least to like the North Carolina scene anytime soon, or in the works? Or what do you got underneath your sleeve?
I joined the South Carolina Beyblade community. Someone invited me, and I've just been in talks with them. and they wanted to do some kind of team event, which I was really interested in. But I came up with the idea of starting something called the Champions Carolina League, and I wanted to start some kind of like annual big event. So I'm currently brainstorming some logo ideas to make something special out of that. So definitely something soon from that. But in terms of like any other big events, I'm waiting on these new drops to come out to release, because I have a few of these cool Beyblades coming whenever because I pre-ordered a bunch. I don't know if you've seen I guess you would call it a bronze coat Drawn Brave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. I got the Neon Genesis collab. I was
Hold on.
thinking
How did you get a bronze Drawn Brave? Where do you find that?
that was on eBay.
That's crazy.
I bought one initially for like 160, and then right after I bought it, seen a listing for I think 69, and just immediately refunded the other one and bought the cheaper one. I was like, oh my gosh. But
I didn't even realize those were up yet. That's crazy.
yeah, so but mainly like out of events I'm planning, that's all I'm planning is maybe a big CX event or planning for the big Carolina event. I do know that Burr is doing another big event that I'm mainly hyped for. He did mention it during Redline Rumble. I think he said September, if I'm not mistaken. And it's I think it's first place is 2 tickets to Tokyo and like $400. And
Oh, see, I didn't realize we were allowed to talk about it out loud. So,
Well, now we are.
look, Bear put me on the spot. It's free promo. I don't care.
Oh, well, I guess we will figure that out once Burr says something. Well, and speaking,
I'm done. I love it.
Hey, look. He
he's-
announced it to 200 people at Redline, so if people weren't already talking about it, I will. But I'm really excited for that. Hopefully, he can wait until after. I'm hoping he said September and not July. I know there's
August.
a big event. August?
Yeah, he just said August.
Oh, I'm not making that. Yeah, my baby's born July 20th, so I know July 18th, Toronto has a big car event at Banana Games, which I'm definitely not making either. I think my team is going though. And then didn't you say something about a event in Chicago, Cake?
Yeah,
so
July 11th and 12th.
Yeah.
Is that Phantom Blur by chance who's hosting?
No, that's Greg.
Greg.
Oh, okay.
He's on staff for the WBO. He ran it last year as well, and it went pretty well to my understanding. So,
oh wait, you guys are Minnesota, so you have the world qualifiers, right?
We do.
Yeah, we do.
We do,
September
and we are, yeah.
5th.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to go so bad.
Well, that's why you got to top.
I just want to come see Wayward. It'd be so cool if I got to like come meet with you guys. That'd be awesome.
It's definitely gonna have like, because Florida has a huge population. You know what I'm saying? And anyone from like the ATL probably going down to Florida, right? Jersey, New York City, same deal. SoCal, same deal. Texas, same deal. I think a lot of people who aren't sure they're going to be able to get into those are going to be coming to Minnesota. We're probably going to have the most out-of-state people coming to ours, I'd assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might have to pop out. There you go. How's the weather right now over there?
It's hot.
Right now, pretty nice. Probably like, what is it, like 75 right now, probably at the minute.
This afternoon it was like 80, high 80s.
Yeah, I mean, like right this second, probably like 75.
This sounds nice.
All right, so Burr really wants me to ask you, like he's
God.
He's really adamant about this. He was like, please God, ask him how many wins he has.
You have a win tracker? Is that a thing? Is that why he's asking?
Listen.
You do. I can see it on your face right now.
There's been a little bit of a inside joke with everybody who's seen me play. Where have you watched the Beyblade X anime?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm pretty much Robin Kazami because I have 0 tournament wins. I have like a few 3rd place, 4th place. I'm never not in top cut. I keep getting the curse of King of Swiss,
Dude,
but I
same.
cannot freaking win. I just every single time, I shit you not. If you look at my YouTube videos, my tournament vlogs, I just shoot myself into that 3 and it's over. It's
Dude,
over.
I'm in the same. I've become so close to actually winning, but I've got several second place. I've made a lot of top cuts, so I'm
At least you got second. I'm trying to get a second.
You haven't even been in the finals match. That's brutal, brother. That's
Oh
brutal.
my god.
Yeah, I've played for 3rd and won. That was my highlight.
Now, see,
But
my highlight is my first ever event was a team event. Okay, and I let Acuna and Wacko carry me to first place, and then I retired.
oh my
So he's
god.
undefeated.
I was gonna say
No,
I
I played in 2 more team events and
we're
got
not.
smoked.
Funnily enough, the only time I ever won a tournament was also a team tournament, and also my teammates were the ones who pretty much carried me the whole way.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then there's
I
he's
really
kinda just
feel like Robin because I keep getting. How'd I get part of Team Spin City? And now all this crazy stuff's been happening, and everyone's like, "Oh, like he's like a crazy Beyblader." I'm like, one. I haven't.
No,
This
man.
one will be the one. I keep saying it'll be this one. This next one.
Jesus. But
So
yeah.
speaking of Team Spin City, tell us. I think that's my question. How did that come to formation? Tell us a little bit about that because
Ooh,
it's a pretty big deal in my opinion to be on the official team for a Bay sales website.
Well, honestly, it just sounded like the coolest thing ever. And Burr was very adamant on only being a part of a team if it was Team Spin City. And he kind of pushed it to me to make the team and run the social media. And it
Oh.
just kept going in a good direction to the point where he really like stepped up, became team captain. We started getting really organized and scouting players and throwing events like under Team Spin City, and we started really recruiting some crazy players and content creators. We ended up getting we do have a one-time use code for Spin City Imports. It's just code Team Spin City, and it's 8% off. Excuse me. And yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I made the logo. I've been running the Instagram. I started doing little giveaways. We did a giveaway for a drawn strike. We were doing like a little spin of the week type thing that I'm probably gonna bring back in a different way. We are actually about to do another giveaway. I was gonna give away one of the Red Arrow Pegasus I still have left and do another video challenge. So it's like
You gotta let me know when that is. I'd like another Red Arrow.
yeah.
That seems good to me.
Yeah, and it's a fun challenge because you got we just want people to send clips and tag us and do like a special hashtag, and after like 2-3 weeks we pick a day to go live and we go through all the submissions on live. Last time we did that it was me, Cobraf, and Flamingo Poppy, and Jay's Bays, who actually came to Skyfall. He won the strike challenge. He won a drawn strike, which I thought was really cool. He completely demolished a wizard rod with Impact Drake, and it was an amazing clip. It was crazy.
Well, that sounds dope. Now, your response kind of led me into 2 separate follow-up questions. The first of which is you mentioned your discount code for the Spin City Imports website. Now, my understanding is that Team Spin City also has a discount code for another website. Did you want to talk about that?
Oh, for Tokyo Spin Vault, we have a 10% off code.
Ooh.
and they are all so their stock or not stock, but their catalog, I'd say, is a little more limited than compared to SpinCity Imports. But they have a lot of prize bays and some of the new pre-orders. I'm pretty sure if you use their code, it's 10% off and free shipping, which is very nice because it's coming from Japan and all.
It's also worth noting that all their orders are also include tariff or duty, whatever you want to call it, so you don't have to pay any extra when it comes in, which is not the case a lot of times when you're ordering from Japan right now. So
right.
So that's pretty cool. So people, make sure if you go to Tokyo Spin Vault, you use code TEAMSPINCITY for 10% off or 8% off on SpinCity Imports, and that's just the same code, right? TEAMSPINCITY.
Yep, I believe we might have a Mall of Toys code. I'm not exactly sure. I actually have to go check. I know me personally, I do, but I believe Team Spin City might have this. It would be the same Team Spin City. But yeah.
I mean, if you send that to us, he can put it in the video description when he uploads
Awesome.
and all that.
I appreciate you guys for the plug. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, always.
And then you talked about recruiting lots of different players. How many? What's the official player count on Team Spin City right now?
Oh gosh, I have a list right here. So we are constantly my messages, Burrs. I think a few other messages. People in the team are constantly getting asked to join the team. It's just we have like a formula when it comes to recruiting. But right now in Michigan, we have Burr, the Cobraf, Shatani, August, Coco Jin, Jubilux, God herself, Tiny Sasquatch, and Rat Lewis. In North Carolina, it is me, Ren, Gore, Athens, and in Minnesota, we have Wayward. So we are actually about to I don't know if we're going for the world qualifier or if it's just my captain, but the rule is whenever we recommend players, our captain goes to an event where those players are, and we're stalking or scouting, really watching how they move, how they handle certain situations with players or other people. We look for more qualities than just being a good blader or having followers or being a content creator. It's not just that. But we are looking to pick up, I think, 2 or 3 people in Minnesota, and then we're not going to be picking up for a few months because we want to stay exclusive and kind of keep a very professional feel. But we also don't want Wayward to be alone in Minnesota if there's a team event or something.
No, I mean that's fair. It sounds like you got 14 people then right now on the active roster. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this, because this was what I was originally going to ask, but we got kind of waylaid. How did you find Wayward? Because I understand the Michigan guys, you and Burr and several other of the original members are out of Michigan. I understand North Carolina because that's where you're stationed at the minute. But how did Wayward come onto your guys' radar? Let's hear about that.
So when I first went to Michigan, Burr actually had spin stands that he bought from him like a while ago. I don't know how long prior to meeting him. And I just remember one day like getting sick of my box and my little mattress box I told you guys about.
Oh my God.
I've seen on TikTok, I don't know if it was Wayward's exact, if it was one of his posts, but I've seen like something either similar to the spin stand or the spin stand, and I immediately messaged Burr like, dude, like I sent him the video. I was like, where can I get something like this? Like, where did you get your stands? And he didn't actively remember who it was, and I just started hunting on TikTok, and I found Wayward, and I was like, I found this guy. He's like, oh, that's who made mine. And I immediately hit him up, and I bought my own, and I've been rocking it ever since. And I got my own custom Team Spin City with my logo on it, and yeah, this has been everything. And I literally thought to myself, because I would like chopped it up with Wayward. I think it was like the same time frame of him sending me mine, And he seemed like a really good player and a really cool guy. And I kind of recommended him to Burr, and Burr just chopped it up with him. And I think we took a chance on him out of everyone. We didn't scout him as hard as everybody else because we just had good faith in him. Oh my God, my cat just scared me. Um, he came out to Redline. It was awesome to see him and his other friends. And I got to battle him, I think, after the tournament. You know, he's pretty nasty. He's a little wedge monster. But he's awesome, bro.
He's different to play against. He's a lefty.
Yeah. We have a lefty here in North Carolina who always kind of, it's hard to read them. It really is.
No, Wayward's a really good player. I believe he topped out season 0. I believe he got up to 4th place on the WBO leaderboards at one point. So he's pretty solid player. And obviously the spin stands are great. And Wayward does a lot of great stuff for the local community too. You know, you talked about more than just being a good blader. You know, and Wayward's a great blader, but he's also a great person. His events are very well run. He has very good value. Like, he has a lot of sponsorships for his events that he's worked hard to get. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the videos or pictures from his events, but we're actually in like the center of a shopping mall. So it's kind of a really cool vibe. I don't know that too many people are doing that here in America. I think that's mostly reserved for where Beyblade is more popular out in, you know, Southeast Asia. So he's really been great for the spin stands, but he also does like stickers. He knows how to do T-shirts, and his events are really solid. Great recruitment for the community from a mall location. I mean, he's really just a standout guy too, and that seems to lend itself to kind of what y'all were looking for. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Wayward's awesome, dude. I love all my talks with him. And we're fellow dads. I feel like I always just love having a fellow dad on the team.
Fair. But yeah.
Okay, you got anything, brother?
Someone asked, what's your favorite tattoo?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I have a little box guy I tattooed on myself around 2017, I think.
On yourself?
Or 18. Yeah, this whole arm was all me. These are not all the best tattoos. I was very much a little lost soul. Actually did the little cross in my spider heart here on myself. It was a stick and poke. But yeah, the little box guy is one of my favorites, or the spider. The spider is one of my. I'd say it was a bit of a chance because the girl who did it said she never tattooed eyelids before and kind of denied doing it, and she was just gonna go around my eyelid and then being like, "You want me to just try?" And I was like, "Screw it, do it," and it turned out great. So,
where does the spider come from? What's the what's the story behind that?
So, spiders, as much as they gross me out in some ways, they are pretty cool, some of them, and they are very, very creative if you look into them making webs. Like, there's certain like scientists that used to be like a spider on caffeine or on marijuana. Whenever they make their webs, it's like completely different, and it's really interesting. And I'm just even outside of Beyblade, I'm very community driven to help a lot of people, and I talk to a lot of different people, whether it's for mental health or just to be a friend or to random people. And I just want to weave a big web of connections in everything.
Dude,
honestly,
that's what's up.
So I feel like a spider.
It's funny because I hear what you're saying. I understand that side of it. But then I also think, man, a spider in its web ain't really helping too many other bugs.
Right. Yeah, no, true.
It's funny. It's funny how you can look at something and I can look at something. We can come to two totally different conclusions about it.
Yeah.
But that's really neat. That's a really cool story, and I like that.
Appreciate you, brother.
So I think the final question that we got before we talk about tournaments and everything. Last one's coming from Burr.
Oh, goodness.
I know. So he wants to know, and he already gave an answer of who he thinks your answer is going to be. But who do you think the best blader is you ever versed?
Ooh. Burr's all about ruffling feathers today, because that's no matter who he says is going to ruffle someone's feathers.
Honestly,
Yeah.
no. My wife. I'd say Shitani. Honestly, he look. Burr
No,
and him
no, that's
are
what he said.
very, very good bladers. But Shitani, he said that too.
That's he was like, who? Ask him who his favorite Beyblader is that he ever versed. I bet he says Shitani.
Look, Shitani is he's the reason I got into Beyblade in the first place. But that's not the thing. Is every tournament for a long time I would face him and I would get demolished because I would see the difference in the skill gap because he's been playing so long. He knows how to read a field, and it really drove me to grow a lot. So I started, here and there, I would start beating him in practice, and I've beaten him one time in Top Cut and then another time like in a tournament. And he wasn't in my team. It took a long time for Chitani to finally join Team Spin City, and I really respect it. But he genuinely is a very talented Beyblader, and it has made Beyblading very exciting for me.
Nice. So we are kind of about to wrap it up. So before we kind of talk about all the Minnesota things that are going to be happening in the near future, if you would like to kind of give any sort of shout outs and also talk about any North Carolina tournaments whatsoever, like a free play or any weekend thing kind of going on, right now is the kind of time that talk about any North Carolina, any sort of event that you have going on or planned out.
Well, I actually just got a job at a venue that I'm holding my qualifier on the 14th at. There's obviously that event, which has already been processed and it's up on the WBO, so I can send you guys the link for that. But I am going to be hosting some free plays around either Saturdays or Sunday because they have nothing on the weekends, and they said I'm pretty much open to do whatever now. I'm just waiting on the spin stands to come from Wayward, and either on my Instagram, which I'm mostly the most active on, or the Team Spin City Instagram, I'll be posting whether there's going to be any free plays. I know there's a few events kind of far out from my area. I'm based in Charlotte. A big portion of the North Carolina Beyblade scene is in Raleigh, Cary, and Newton, and then I think it's like Wake Forest, something like that.
Wake Forest sounds right. That's a college, so that makes sense.
I think that's where they're doing the Beyblade rave. They're doing another Beyblade rave.
Whoa, hold. Let's stop and rewind that. What the hell is a Beyblade rave?
So I didn't get to go to the first one. My teammate Gore, he went to one of them and placed third. And it's basically what it sounds like. It's a crazy rave, and they're holding a Beyblade tournament right in the middle of it. And it looks really, really cool. They're holding one June 28th. It's the day after my birthday. And I believe it's in Wake Forest. You can probably find it on the internet. If not, I can try to link you guys. I'll go grab that. But yeah, I think you have to pay admission to the rave and then pay to be part of the tournament separately. I think it's two things. The prizes are an AP and I think a few other Beyblade prizes. I don't know if there's a cash prize. I'm not really a fan too much of cash prizes. I don't really care for it. But yeah, honestly, let's go party in Beyblade. Sounds like fun.
Hell yeah.
Definitely 18 plus.
Yeah.
Gotta say that.
So is there any other kind of event that you would like to kind of shout out in the North Carolina scene?
My teammate Athens is throwing a birthday party event on the 28th as well. That will be at a store called Bad Machines. I'm actually gonna make him a flyer and post that on TeamSpincity. So just anything, any tournament events and stuff like that, I'm always gonna be posting on there. But yeah, just the qualifier, his birthday event. That's pretty much, I think, all we got going on so far. From what I know, I could be missing some, and that's my fault.
That sounds good. So, Vile, if you'd like to kind of talk about all the Minnesota stuff we have.
Oh, yup. All right, so this weekend, everyone already know we got North Star 2026. We only have 5 slots left for ranked. I think it's more like 9 slots left for limited. So if you want to get in on that, you got to sign up like pretty much right now. Get off your ass and go pay egg. Y'all know how to do it. The banner's on the server. I'm going to be making an ad everyone when we get off of here. So easy peasy. Subsequent to that, the 14th, which would be a Sunday, is going to be the free play at the Broken Clock Brewery, hosted by Psychopomp. That's going to start at noon and run until 5 p.m. Obviously, they sell alcoholic beverages there, so it's going to be 21 plus. And also, there's what's up, Chad?
I don't know why Cake is shaking his head no, but you forgot to mention what's going on Friday for people who want to.
Well, we'll get to that. I will get to that, but I want to do the tournament stuff first. So that'll be fun. They got a food truck right outside if you want to eat. So it's Gucci. It's really good place to play. And then the 20th at the mall, we're gonna have Next Spin Volume 4, which is gonna be a little different. We're gonna be out in Green Bay. So Acuna and I are co-hosting that event. So there'll be more information on that very shortly. It's not up on the WBO yet, so don't look quite yet. But we're probably going to be doing the same thing Wayward did last month. We're going to announce a launch time for it because of the limited cap, and you're going to have to be on top of it to make sure you get your spot. And then on the 27th, with another Saturday, we're going to have Kraken Hits. I'm going to be running something. I don't know what it is yet. We're going to figure it out, but it'll be fun. 64 player cap, same as everything else I run. Don't wait till the last minute. They have been filling up recently, so just make sure you're paying attention for that too. And then what Chad's talking about is Friday night, this coming Friday. So the night before the North Star 2026 regional, we is going to have free play at Kraken Hits in the small room from 5 p.m. to midnight. It is worth noting that at about 10 p.m., some of us are going to have to get started setting up, so we might have to shift people around a little bit while we're doing that. But the guys from Team Nebraska are going to be up here for that. And Jesse Lee says he can smoke each and every Minnesotan on the face of the planet. So if you want to try to prove Jesse Lee wrong, you best show up and prove him wrong.
Yeah, Jesse, how dare you say that? The only person in Minnesota who gets smoked that much is Cake Eater, but that's besides the point. Anyways, was there anything else we wanted to talk about, or?
No, I think we Gucci if everyone else Gucci.
Yeah.
You got a whole lot of events.
Oh
yeah, we do.
Pop out, man, for like a little week or something.
Nah, the Bladers up here get upset if we take too long off. They say we want to play more, so we try to have something. We have something go on every week if we can.
Yeah, even if we don't have. Yeah, when we don't have something going on, people will be like, "Oh, I'm so sad I can't play Beyblade this weekend," which is true because it's something that people really look forward to.
Well, and it's crazy people feel that way because we have a free play every Wednesday too, like every single Wednesday. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So we do have a lot going on up here, but the people up here love their Beyblades, so we got to give it.
I'm trying to set that up over here in Charlotte. We don't have something like that yet for free play, so
it takes a lot.
I just got my foot in that door. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, a lot of work, but really rewarding at the end of the day.
Right.
But that is the end of the episode. So huge thank you for Hexangel. And if you guys would like to go ahead and support his GoFundMe for all the red APs that he lost during a couple-week tournament, definitely go ahead, show some love. It's not necessary or anything, but
It's
all the love.
necessary. No, I'm
The-
playing.
it's
It's
all
totally
the-
necessary.
It's totally necessary.
necessary.
Everyone
I
needs
actually
to
did
donate.
I just dropped the YouTube video about Skyfall this morning at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I just saw
If any
that.
of you guys watching this want to check that out.
Yeah, I haven't
and I
watched
appreciate you guys so much for having me. I've been hoping one day I could make it to the Spin Zone, so it's awesome that I got to talk to you guys.
There you go.
We appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, so if you guys
And
are
I'll see you guys soon, either in Minnesota or who knows. See.
Yeah, who knows? All right, guys. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, follow the Spin Zone on all the social medias. Follow Hexangel everywhere. All of his links will be down in the description as well. We're getting so close to that, still that 200 follower mark over on Spotify for the free Wayward Spin Stand. So if you guys want one of those, make sure you are following the podcast over on Spotify. So up until next time, guys, so long, stay safe, have a great and awesome rest of your day. Take care. Much love.